So yeah, good morning, everyone. So welcome to our today's Ask Me Anything, sponsored by Do Frank today. So yes, we got a special guest joining us. So Rico, have a quick introduction about yourself, lah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Japa Rico. I'm originally Japanese Brazilian, right now in Sao Paulo, but mainly based in Hong Kong. Trading the financial markets since 1996, so it's been like about 28 years now. I started trading the markets when I was still in high school, and first started with the stock market, then changed it. Also added to my portfolio the forex market, and nowadays I mainly operate in the forex markets.
So yeah, we also do welcome Carla. So yeah.
Sure. I'm Carla. I'm business development for Brazil and for the Prime. So we are responsible for starting the business for the Prime in Brazil, and we started actually the relationship with the Japa to starting promoting our business here in Brazil, and also I'm 5 years in the industry in forex industry. I have been in other companies.
Yeah, thanks, Carla. So man, just straight dive into the main topic. So Rico, so over like 23 years in the trading industry, right? So what standout lesson have you learned? Like, are there any specific experience that have become guiding principle in your approach to navigating the markets? Like any tips to share or any lesson to share?
Oh yes, especially in terms of technology, I have been experiencing a lot of like new trends and changes, especially a few years back since with the developments of AI, artificial intelligence, a lot of things like data mining, machine learning. A lot of things have changed, but like I think the most important thing is like once you understand how these concepts work and you incorporate them into your trades, it only helps you. Like you need to focus on how to learn how the markets are like evolving, and then you need to always constantly be improving yourself in order to be successful in trading the markets. And one thing I really also think is very important is to stick to when you trade the markets, right? It's very important to know what kind of brokerage firm you're using, because that's there are many scams out there. Like for 28 years I've been trading the markets, and I've been seeing many scammers and many like fraudulent brokerage firms, and also like people who claim to be a broker, but they are actually not a broker, they're just liars. So I think it's very important to stick to brokerage firms that are actually really like regulated in the markets where you're going to trade.
Yeah, I totally agree about the second point, which is the brokerage. So yeah, we totally need to find a trust that we invest in and also further learn about it. So yeah, I think let's explore about challenges you face. So trading is a field that often demands a quick thinking and adaptability that you mentioned just now, like kind of flexibility. So can you share like some of the hurdles like you counter or any strategies you employed to overcome the challenges and the problem you face?
You mean the strategies in trading the forex markets?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So I have developed the main strategy that we've been using is called PA. So we look at things like price, volume, support, and resistance analysis. And I may be a very controversial character in the forex market, because I go against a lot of other concepts that I think that don't really work. And for a lot of people may think, oh, a lot of these how can I say traditional tools may work very well, but like I don't think so. One big example that I may think, maybe probably a lot of you guys may even think, oh, Japa Rico doesn't really know, but one thing I think that doesn't work well is Fibonacci levels. Like a lot of people stick to them and they think, oh, Fibonacci levels work very well, but actually I think that once I removed Fibonacci levels from my trading, I actually saw a huge improvement. So the main strategy that we are using, the PVSRA, we look at a lot of things. We basically, I'm not going to tell you the details about it, but basically, the strategy that I use, we have like two confirmations. So we have one confirmation for entry, another confirmation for entry, and these two we stick to these rules. Like, I think discipline in trading is very important. So once you have a set of rules, and I call it a system, and this system can be either manual or automated. It doesn't matter. Like, it can be manual, semi-automated, or fully automated. But you need to have a set of rules that we call a system, and you have to stick to these rules. This is called discipline. Once you get away from the discipline, then you really you cannot be successful in trading. So this is my motto. This is my rule of thumb. Always have a system that, of course, you have to test your system. You have to test with past data. So we use a lot of past data to test if the system works. So once you have a system that really works, you have to stick to it. So never get away from your system. And so once you have this set of rules and you have the entry confirmation, second entry confirmation, and then you need to have an exit rule as well. And this exit rule is also based on an indicator. So I have two indicators for entries, another indicator for exits, and I always use something called scale out, which means that every time you enter a trade, at some time you need to make, once you get some profit, you need to exit not the entire position, but part of the position you exit with some profit. So you need to understand that and always, like, not always, but most of the time, it's very easy if you trade like following the trend of the market. So it's called trend following. So if you trade following the trend of the market, using trend following, it's much easier than going against the trend. Of course, sometimes when it's meaningful, sometimes we've done that. We've gone against the overall trend, but most of the time it's much easier if you go just following the trend. Okay, and what I can tell you, Ulrich, that's for these past few years, whenever you go and follow exactly this, like this system, it's very rare. Like a few times, like, of course there will be losses, but then how you deal with those losses. So a lot of people are scared, and they, like, for example, when they make some profit, they like to just to be safe. They say it to me all the time. They're like, oh, Japa Rico, just to be safe, I made some profit, but even though the target is much higher, I'm going to cut it now just to be safe so that I get some profit. But that's not the way, okay? That's not the way. You need to respect, you need to follow your system. So if your system says, okay, you can go like 2x, like 2 times, or like 3 times more money, so then you follow your system and you go like 2 times, 3 times. You never cut before your target is reached. So but this is a mistake that a lot of beginners make. They think, oh, because I want to be safe, and now I'm not going to follow the system, I'm going to cut it now because I already made some money, right? So I'm going to cut it now and make some money just to be safe. But this is when you are actually failing, because the system is made to get a certain amount of money, which is the target, because other times when the system fails, this amount of money is enough to cover your losses. So if you cut it now, then when you make a loss, it will not be enough, and then you end up losing more money. So yeah. So sorry, maybe it was a little bit too long explanation, but I had to say this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good lesson because I'm a beginner of Forex, so it's a lot of things for me to learn as well. So it's a good thing to share. So I think you did share about some secret strategies. So where can you get more about the secret strategy? Or I didn't know that you do have the Japa Rico Academic. So maybe you can got time to share more about that, is it, or anything?
Oh yes, I also have some other strategies that I'm using, but I don't want to disclose because it's only for my membership. And if you, like, guys who are watching this now, if you guys want, would you like to apply for my paid membership? Well, you're welcome to join my channel. So over there in my paid membership, I have a lot of new strategies, especially the ones that I've been using since this year. So if you're curious about it, please join my mentorship program.
Yeah.
And
So yeah.
and Japa, we can say as well, like if they want to make part of these strategies, they can use your new cop trading with the Prime.
Oh yes,
Do that.
yeah,
We
yes.
cannot forget about that, right? So
Yes. So we have a new service called the copy trading, and that's one of the reasons I love Do Prime, because Do Prime has everything integrated for you guys who are watching me now. So it's really interesting because if you use the copy trading, Do Prime does all the server management, so you guys don't even need a VPS or anything. Because I've been seeing other people who are also doing copy trading with other brokerage firms, and it's really a pain in the neck because they have everything to set up by themselves. But Do Prime automatizes everything for you. So you just have to link. There is a link for the copy trading. Once you apply for Do Prime, to the Do Prime service, there is a link for the copy trading, and you just have to click on that link and then accept the copy trading, like follow the copy trading. That's the only thing you need to do, because all the entries, exits, everything will be automatically done for you. You don't have to manually do anything. And this is the thing that I really like about Do Prime, like always like automatizing, and has a variety of other services. There are so many services out there, and everything is fully integrated into the Do Prime platform.
Yeah, cool. So other than the automated system, anything, so any features that you do like about Do Prime, like maybe for example, support system or any, do you face any problems like during the, you do need some help, then the support teams will help you out. Do you have facing any challenges for it?
Yeah, one thing I really like about Do Prime, Ulrich, is that Do Prime. The first time I was approached about Do Prime, I didn't know anything about it. Like, it was Carla who approached me, and then the thing I really like about it is this kind of service, like this, the human touch. Once you approached me on social media, and then I can interact with a human being instead of a bot or like an AI. And then she even invited me to get to the Do Prime office in Hong Kong to get to know them. So I went there and talked to people, to the staff, and got to know you guys better. Once I got to Brazil, I went to meet Carla and her colleague from Do Prime, and got to know even more people from Do Prime. So this kind of service is really important. I really like about Do Prime. Another thing is that once I had any like questions or I needed any help, I would just went on the chat, and then there was someone from Do Prime to assist me. So I even online or offline, you guys are great, like great service, great people. I didn't have to wait. Like, once I had a question about how to use the platform, I just went on a chat window on Do Prime, and then there was someone there to assist me like immediately. So this is something that I really like about it. And another thing is that you guys have are regulated in many markets. I even went to the Do Prime office in Hong Kong, and you guys showed me the certificates of many licenses, like the FCA, SEC, and there's so many others. And this is a really like a great office, and great people. Like, I love the, like, your office is really fancy. It's really amazing, and there's so many. Like, I saw the map. There's so many offices of Do Prime out there. So it's a global company. Yes.
Yeah, great to hear that. Great to hear. So yeah, actually at first I joined I joined Do Prime. So I also exploring about this kind of industry. So I also saw a lot of those kind of introduction and strategy, everything, how to use Do Prime on the YouTube and other social media platforms like IG, TikTok as well. So it's kind of very easy to use the platform. I'm sure that you as an experienced trader, you do understand how user friendly for it as well, right? Are you agree with that, Jaffa?
Oh yes, I think for a begin, for example, if it's the first time I'm going to use something, right? I've never used it before. Maybe it can be a little bit intimidating because there's so many things that the Prime can do. But once you get used to the platform, is pretty straightforward, actually. Yes.
So maybe like just now we did mention about those kind of trading strategy, right? So as an experienced trader, so I think a lot of listeners, like our audience are waiting. So is there any tips, like based on your wealth of experience, any advice do you have for the like any advice or any kind of opinion being an experienced trader? So any key lesson or principle that maybe can share to our audience or maybe your audience, and also maybe a new beginner kind of involved in this industry.
Oh yeah. So first thing, like stay with properly regulated brokers. Second thing is stay away from scammers. There's so many scammers out there, in especially in the financial industry. There's so many scammers. So whoever approaches you and tells you, oh, you just have to give me like $100 and I can turn that into a million in just a few days, that doesn't exist. Okay, easy money doesn't exist. Like you have to and also don't only rely on that kind of person, because if you rely on this kind of person, this person is a scammer. He will grab your money and run away from you. And there, especially nowadays, when you hear about Bitcoin, right, and you hear about all-time high, like Bitcoin has reached like 70,000 US dollars per Bitcoin, all-time high, and blah blah blah. Especially nowadays, there will be many new scammers that will pop up out of a sudden in front of you and say, oh, I can stake Bitcoin for you, blah blah blah. By the way, staking Bitcoin doesn't exist. Okay, it doesn't exist. But if you're a beginner and you don't know, maybe you believe, okay, if someone says, oh, I can stake Bitcoin, I can turn your Bitcoin into millions. But those are all scammers. So you have to, every time someone approaches you, you have to really check that person or check that firm. So there's so many like websites to check those people. Especially you can also check the domain name. If the domain name was just made like last week or like a few weeks ago, that's definitely a scam. Because if it's a proper firm, right, you will not have a domain so new. So sometimes like there are scammers that approach me and say, oh, Japa, I've been making like millions of dollars for the past 5 years, and then I ask for the domain name and then I check it, the domain name was made like last week. So how is that possible, right? So yeah, my message to you, to beginners, is stick to regulated brokers and stay away from scammers. That's the best message. And of course, try to learn how the financial markets work as much as you can. There's so many like books and so many like sources out there. Especially you can start from my channel, from Japa Rico channel. So you can start learning from my channel to understand how it works. So once you understand how it works, and then you start applying like the methodology, the systems, the strategies, you start applying those things, and then you will finally of course, I'm going to tell you the truth, in the beginning you're going to lose a lot of money. So I'm not hiding anything. That's true for everyone, right? Everybody, when they started learning financial markets and they start investing, they'll lose a lot, because that's how nobody learned how to ride a bicycle without falling, right? So once you start
Yeah.
riding a bicycle, you need to fall a few times, and then you understand how to ride it, then you can ride a bicycle. Financial markets is the same thing. You need to fail, you need to lose money a few times, and every time you lose money, you learn a new lesson, and then that's how you learn it. Yeah.
Yeah, understand. Yeah, I believe that most of our audience also understand theories and also principles. So yeah, maybe they just need take some time to explore about it. I agree about that. Rico.
Oh yes, yes, true.
Yeah, so yeah, I think almost reached the end. So maybe we get to our audience. So is there any there's a Q&A section. So if you guys got any question or you want to ask us, Japa or Kala or me, feel free to text in the comment section. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to ask two questions for Japa,
Oh yes.
because I'm follow him as well, and of course, right? So otherwise, I wouldn't
Oh,
be
thank
able
you.
to contact him. So I know most of your positions, they are most long positions, right? And I think the swap free option in do prime, it's going in your favor, right? For these positions, how you are you using these in your favor
Oh yes,
now?
yes. So yes, so most of my positions they are long term. So I'm not that kind of day trader. I know there are many day traders out there. People who like to close, like open a position and close within like 1 minute, 5 minutes, like 1 hour, a few hours. I'm not that kind of trader. Like if I open a position, usually I hold the position for a few days, a few weeks, or even sometimes even a few months. So I'm a long term, like we call it swing trader. I'm a swing trader, and what I like about the prime is that the swaps there are almost zero, right? They're very close to zero, so I can just stay with a position for like days or weeks or months without like worrying about the swaps. Yes,
And the last thing, last
yes,
question, because we know these sessions is gonna be translated to Portuguese
yes.
and to your audience in Brazil. I would like to ask you, like, what do you think about the forex market for Brazil in the next few years? What do you think is gonna be the future of the market for Brazil, the industry? What are your thoughts about that?
I think the forex market in Brazil is very promising. Also, because I don't know if you guys know, but there was a report by the Goldman Sachs a few days ago that said that the B3, the Brazilian stock market, is considered to be the worst stock market in the world. So, so which means it's really difficult to make money in the Brazilian stock market. So that's why I also think if you guys who are currently trading the Brazilian stock market, maybe you can also think about the forex markets, because the forex market is the largest like market, financial market in the world, is way bigger than the Brazilian stock market, even bigger than the London Stock Exchange or New York Stock Exchange, even bigger than that, way bigger than that. So uh, for the Brazilian audience, if you guys are already trading the Brazilian stock market, why not? Why not adding the forex market to your portfolio? I think you can only benefit from that. And I really think that, for example, in the Brazilian stock market, there are a lot of manipulation, right? And the forex market is much harder to manipulate, right? The Brazilian stock market, there are many scandals. For example, the oil company Petrobras in Brazil, right? Like one day you hear about, oh, there was a corruption scandal in Petrobras, and then the price of Petrobras boom collapses out of a sudden, right? But in the forex market you don't hear so much about manipulation, right? For example, if you want, as a person, you want to manipulate the exchange rate between euro and dollar, how can you do that, right? Or even for a big company, how a big company can manipulate the euro dollar exchange rate? No, it doesn't happen, right? But for the like Brazil, especially the stock markets in general, but especially for the Brazilian one, wow, there's so much manipulation going on. So if you want something like a new market without so much manipulation, well, why not trying the forex market? This is like is my piece of advice to you, to my Brazilian audience. And not only to Brazilian audience, for international audience as well. So if you trade, right, if you trade the stock market in your country, right, why not trade the forex market as well? Maybe you can add that to your portfolio. I'm not saying, oh, please quit the stock market immediately. I'm not saying that. You can just add, try new things, try the forex market like a new market, just to add to your portfolio. Maybe you can have some success there as well.
I totally agree with you.
Thanks.
Totally agree.
Yeah. So thanks, Carla. So maybe Chris, do you have any question or anything to add?
Yeah, we have prepared some gift for Rico's audience, and we will pick 3 audience member who answer the question correctly and give them a $100 low deposit account. And I will put the question in test. Rico, please help us a favor and please pick 3 clients who can win the prize. The audience just provide the answer under the post or under the comment, and Rico will pick 3 of them and give them the gift.
Yeah, so before we kick off, so just a quick reminder. So don't forget to follow or subscribe Do Influencer, and also thanks to Rico, and also do subscribe or follow Japa Rico to have more information on the secret trading strategy. Yeah.
Sure. Thanks.
Yeah, thanks Rico. Full still effect. Yeah.
Thank you. Wow, cool. I like this. Thanks. Thanks,
Thanks,
Ulrich.
guys. Thanks.
Thank you,
Thank
Chris.
you, guys.
Carla. Thanks,
Have a
guys.
nice
Thank
day.
you, Japa. Thank you,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.